kinship. Who is related how? Who is related how? And the direction of the door is based upon that. Now you are violating the fundamental principle of Vastu by making a skyscraper with doors opening all in the same direction. And the man who's in front of you doesn't know that he's so stupid that he shouldn't be looking into your door, but he's looking into your door and you're looking into his door. और दूसरा को आप लोग इसीलिए आप लोग का झगड़ा चलते रहता है कि आप चप्पल खोलते मेरा दरवाजा के सामने, हम चप्पल खोलते आपको दरवाजा के सामने. This is wrong architecture. Open it out. Get back to basics. Make a few innovative architectural plans. Go and study a Birhor Kumbha. Try and understand these ideas. I'm not saying become a Birhor. But since we're talking of evolution, if I am giving you a new idea, you are here for new ideas. Because you thought this is a man who has new ideas. So if you come here, you may get a new idea. And one idea can do a lot. So get this idea that when you locate things, you're not going to locate them on a grid. So we don't want a Delhi architect to design our village. We want Mins to design our village. Why? Because he's a person from here. He has a certain idea about this place. You can help him because you have all the knowledge, the technology, the material resource. Where will I get my, because I mean, I know that you all are working totally with the corporate world in back up your architecture. There can't be architecture today without a corporate world. All right. So try and bring a better village. Now I told Ritesh yesterday, my model in architecture for India, as in my personal feeling, is the Japanese model. If I have the health, I'll go next year to Japan. I doubt I have the health. I'm on the way out. I have been very sick with pneumonia this year. I almost died. And I need a stick. So my head is also a bit fuzzy and woozy. So why I gave him the example of just one or two places. Take a place like Takayama. It's on my Facebook. If you go to my Facebook, you'll see the very first post is Takayama. And an indigenous village, strangely, of German design, because I've seen that on the Baltic. The long roofs, it goes like that thick thatching. Takayama का मेरा post जरूर दिखेगा on Facebook. It tells you how the thatch has been done. The thatch in Shikaragoa is about that thick. Because they have heavy snow in northern Japan. And Takayama is just south of Mount Fuji. Takayama is near Nagoya. It's in the beginning of the Edo samurai trail between Tokyo and Kyoto. And that used to be a place where it is not a long journey, it is about 200 kilometers or 300 kilometers from Tokyo, but there was a certain trade of postal, they're called postal towns, where the post used to go, dark used to go. But 8th century, that is the samurai area, the sword wielding samurai. Then you know America came and destroyed everything. So 8th century, you could say. All the houses are made of wood. Fabulous carpentry. Fabulous. Only wood, and that is why when a Japanese house burns, nothing is burnt. And paper. They never use glass. Only paper. So what is architecture all about? Architecture is to have the excitement of living in the right way. It's a tremendous excitement. Tremendous. I mean, I feel exhilaration when I come into my house. Why? Because when I go out of my gate, I go into hell. Even if I go into the city, into Delhi, I will say I've gone into hell. Because it's not my, मेरा वो environment नहीं. What do you mean by environment? Evolution भी यही माने भाई. चिड़िया जब अपना घोंसला बनाती है, तो घोंसला बनाती है. सोच समझ के बनाती है. तो उसके लिए तो that is a beautiful thing. So that is architecture. That nest is architecture. It is nothing but architecture. She is making a house for her eggs, for the chicks. है ना? आप क्या बोल रहे थे? नहीं.
What I was how did you decide on the architectural
Okay,
spaces?
so I think I have in a
spaces?
nutshell, because I have lapses of memory from time to time. Forgive me, it doesn't matter. I come back again. So I think in that same way we should have one or two more questions. I have a feeling, if someone is taking notes, that we will end up with a very meaningful discussion. Because I'm not shooting in the dark. I know where I'm going. And I know it with certainty. So you just keep a note, keep an idea, and when we have finished our discussion, you can ask me again questions, because you may have some questions that are more important than these questions, and we'll clarify those questions, because we're not going to get this moment again and again. That's why I got rid of that idiot who was taking me away from you. वो हमको 1 घंटा टाइम बर्बाद करता, आपका बहुमूल्य समय है. I had to chase him out actually. I said, भागो यहाँ से, I don't want you. तुम कैमरा तोड़ देंगे, तुम भागो यहाँ से. Because you have come to distract me. You have come like a poison. I have got these people with me who are very dedicated and highly knowledgeable. Each of you is highly knowledgeable. You must be, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So now we're trying to now focus your knowledge with a little, not wisdom, experience. So our next question,
So I have a question.
Yes, I'm here.
So how do you feel like the sense of community that we experience in the local context can be reinforced with the indigenous ways of architecture and indigenous?
That is the question
Because
which I
keeping
really
in
would
mind
like
the
to talk about.
The scarcity of land and the regulations that we have all over. So how can we reinforce it?
I have in my trip to Ranchi, you remember I gave a talk, I gave a PowerPoint in which I gave the design of a house. That house I have built, it is now on the west part of this land. It is a veranda and 2 open big rooms and 1 living area and a small veranda with a toilet at the back. And it has got about 2 kathas of land I have built. So I would ask you to see it, because the construction of that particular house, after I had made a mud house, then I had made the traditional timber beams, and then after that I had put the bamboo lattice work below the tiles, and then I found that the maintenance was very high, because the timber beams are breaking, and then the bamboo structure is breaking, and then the tiles are breaking, and in the end, the house is breaking, because water will leak in, then the whole house will collapse. So if the roof is not, waterproof, then who is having a house? So what I thought of, and which I have done, now this is where I appeal to architects to improve that design. How? Asbestos is not the best material. I'm using asbestos. So you can improve it by putting in some other material for the roof. I leave that up to you. They are very successful buildings with Ranikhet tiles in Ceylon. I have seen Ceylon roofs are very good. Ceylon houses are the best I have seen. They have got very good waterproof roofing. And that is, McCluskey used to use the same Raniganj tiles. So I will say that Raniganj tiles is a very good idea if you can get the Raniganj.